Hey everyone, Laubsch here. Greetings from under a tree around Maria 01, and sorry I can't make the webinar tonight because I'm flying back to Portugal, where I'm based, just outside of Lisbon. I'm a risk manager and impact investor by profession, and have really been focused around nature-based solutions for well over a decade. I think it's vital that we make natural capital an investable asset class, and have been working around the blockchain community primarily in the space that's called now ReFi, regenerative finance. The idea is how to move capital towards regenerative activities so that we can transition from an economic system that's extractive and values death to one that's regenerative and values life. Trees are worth so much more than the wood they give us when they're dead. Ecosystem services of trees are at least 10 times the value of the wood of a forest. So I love TreeBuddy so much because it actually enables us to value life. A living forest is given value, and it's not just about planting new trees but taking care of them. I've been quite focused on mangroves because they're super endangered, the most endangered ecosystem in the world, but also very possible to regenerate if we act now. They're just miracles. They're biodiversity sanctuaries, they're keystone species, and if they're deforested, the entire coastal ecosystem starts to collapse. But if we move quickly and protect them, then it develops resilience. All kinds of species find it their home. Mangroves are like a nursery for all kinds of amphibians, fish, birds, and so on. Elephants, wild animals, make it their home. And a thriving ecosystem is really possible by helping protect them. We worked on a mangrove restoration project in Myanmar about 5 years ago to support that with a tree token, the first natural capital-backed blockchain token to really leverage the power of the technology Bitcoin pioneered. And I've been now essentially supporting various kinds of impact projects in that space, generally called ReFi as opposed to DeFi, using all the technologies we can to empower every individual to act. And it's been an amazing experience, but the major hurdle here has been that the certification process for Vera or other certifications like Gold Standard are very expensive and time consuming. For example, it took 2 years, 5 PhDs, and about $360,000 to get the Vera certification for the Tor Heyerdahl Climate Park. We don't have that kind of time nor those kinds of resources to spend on certifying projects, and we really need to focus on smaller scale projects as well. So Tor Heyerdahl Climate Park has planted about 10 million trees now, but there's huge impact in projects that might plant 100, 1,000, 10,000 trees. And those are the projects that just cannot qualify for any kind of a Vera certification. So using technologies like TreeBuddy that verify the planting and the caretaking, we can really be sure that there is an impact, that we can see it, it's on the map, and those kinds of technologies empower the long tail, so that all communities around the world that want to protect their mangroves can go ahead and do positive actions. I think the concept of new forms of currency are very exciting, that we have with Bitcoin, in a way, currency with a purpose, which rewards proof of work. Now we're seeing increasingly that impact and regeneration is vital. I see a world in the future where hundreds of millions of people will have that as their primary focus, to heal the planet, to heal each other. And instead of just printing money out of thin air, I think it makes much more sense to print money based on impact. You could call it proof of impact, proof of care. I see that the potential for TreeBuddy here is that every individual on the planet who wants to take care of a tree, plant new trees, is able to verify their actions and be rewarded for that. So there's huge potential in putting this onto a blockchain as well, creating NFTs that really show the action that can't be tampered with, that you can then transfer the ownership of these trees, of these assets, as gifts. Your grandchildren will see that you held some trees that help protect Mother Earth. And I really I've been an early supporter and fan of TreeBuddy since the beginning, and really it's one of the most exciting projects I see in this entire space because it empowers everyone to be part of regeneration and to support that as well, right? So most of us are not in a position to plant mangroves, but what we can do through the push of a button is support someone on the other side of the world to do that. So thanks for your attention, and look forward to tuning in to the next seminar.